Hi, everybody. Happy Friday. Happy Grandmother Moon on your Gregorian calendar. It's going to say it's a new moon. But in the Wise Woman tradition, this is also referred to as the dark moon or the grandmother moon. New moon for us isn't until like 3 or 4 days from now, and is usually signified by celebrating the maiden moon during the first quarter. So we'll go over some of all of that later. But right now, I just want to thank you so much for joining me on this Friday evening. I'm sure you could think of a million other things to do. So it's really, really telling that you're spending this time not just with me, but with Grandmother Moon and with your essential spirit self. I mean, let's face it, we rarely carve out time for ourselves. And if there's one thing that I have recently learned is that self-care is a spiritual practice. And I'm going to talk more about that later as well. So as you pop on, please do say hello. I want to say hello to you. I feel like I haven't done a live in like forever. It was May 1st, the last time that I popped on to do a live with y'all. So I'm so happy to be with you now. It has been a day though. I'm not going to lie. It's been emotional for me, not in a bad way, but in a cleansing way, and exactly the way that this moon is designed to assist us. This being the dark moon allows us to kind of go in, do some self examination, self exploration, and just kind of sweep away some stuff and open up to some new stuff, because this is also the resting period before we pop off and the battery gets fuller and fuller and fuller until we reach the full moon, and then all kind of fun things happen. So I'm just going to bring up my notes so that I can refer to them during our conversation. But yeah, I'm so happy to see you guys here. So let's see. I do hope I turned on comments. Comments should be on. I'm pretty sure it did. What does it say? No. Okay. All right. Here's what I want you to do. It looks like somebody's here. Will you please type a little something something just so that I can see if comments is working? And if it's not working for you, please go to your Essential Spirit Quest page and just pop me a little message there and let me know. Gosh, I don't know why I have so much trouble with this, because every time I set it up so that comments are activated, so anyways, or engaged, or whatever they call it. You could tell I'm not a YouTuber. Anyways, back to our conversation at hand. If you do not know me, let me introduce myself to you. My name is Hope Suggett. I am the Awakening Consciousness Facilitator for your Essential Spirit Quest. I'm also the administrator for the Y.E.S Quest group page. If you're not a member, please do click the link in the description of this video and get on over there and join the group. We'd love to have you. There's just a little brief, agreement to the standard rules of behavior for Facebook groups. And if you agree to those rules, just say yes, and boom, instantly you are a member of the group. So we'd love to have you. I'll make sure that there's a link to it, and you can come over and join us. So there is that. And I also just wanted to briefly just let you know what Y.E.S Quest is all about. Your Essential Spirit Quest is an educational social media platform for helping you to say yes to your essential spirit. Now you might ask, well, what the heck does that mean? What is my essential spirit? Your essential spirit is the call of your soul to be all that you are. Now, if you just step back and honestly look at your life and how you're living it, I think that it would be fair to say that there are often situations that you do not answer the call of your soul, that you do not say yes to your higher spirit self and everything that makes you fulfilled as a human being and a child of Goddess. So this time, this once a month, hour-long visitation with me is just one way that I'm going to help you to say yes to your essential spirit. I'm going to ask that you set aside 1 hour a month to just do some self-care. Just come back to yourself. Learn something new. Relax. This is not just a learning moment. This is also this particular moment is very much about self-care and about easing yourself into grandmother's arms and let her hold you and comfort you and guide you. So that's what our meditation is all about. But we're also having a lot of other different things. This is not a new moon intention like I used to do it back in the day. And I feel like it's been forever ago, but it's only been a few months that I've stepped away from that. I've stepped away from it because it was not doing enough. It was not doing enough for the people who really need permission to say yes to their essential spirit. So we're carving out this hour for you, and every month I will set the event so you will always know when it's coming up. You can also subscribe to this channel because all of these little gatherings with Grandmother Moon are going to happening right here on YouTube. It's been the most dependable, reliable way for me to outreach to people. So that's where we're going to meet, and we'll be here. Again, I just want to welcome you here. I hope that you do like and subscribe to this channel. I do a lot of things, tutorials, guided meditations, little chats like this, just all kinds of stuff. You just never know when I'm going to pop up and do something. But you can bet I will be updating content regularly, at least once a week. So go check out the channel. There's a lot of stuff going on there. Now, I just want to also remind you that this is not a one-way dialogue. I'm live to actually talk with you, not at you. So I want you to feel free to just pop in and comment and ask me questions. I'd love for you to introduce yourself. If it's your first time sitting with me, please let me know so that I can welcome you properly. And always, returning subscribers and members, thank you so much for your support and for continuing to spend this time with me. It speaks a lot to me about your intention for your own life. Okay, forget the whole popularity thing. I'm not making a dime doing this video. I don't make money. I don't have monetization. I'm not a YouTuber. I don't have that kind. I don't have advertisers or sponsors. I don't have that kind of stuff. What I'm doing this for is for the community. And so if you like what you see, please share it with your community, your other groups, your friends and everything, so that they could possibly gain something from it as well. And I also invite you to suggest topics. If there's something specific you want to talk about, shoot me a message. Let's talk about it. So thank you so much for that. I will be checking the stream to see if people are asking questions and making comments. If I miss your question or comment, please understand that it wasn't intentional, okay? And that after I post this to the page, I will go back and review everything and make sure that I answer at that time. And you can always shoot me an email as well. All of my contact information is going to be in the description of this video as well. If it's not already there, you can bet it will be by the time I post it. All right, you guys. So, and also look for that link for the Y.E.S Quest group. All righty. So let's get you caught up a little bit on what's been going for me. If you didn't catch me on my May 1st live chat, I will tell you that my 30 days away from social media was phenomenal. Phenomenal. My creativity exploded. I started 3 new books. All 3 of them will be ready to publish by summer solstice. I'm really excited about that. I also reformatted the entire 2020 Divine Feminine Shamanic Retreat. It is now a fully online retreat. I developed a workbook. I developed guided meditations, tutorials. I'm going to be doing live presentations as we work through the workbook. It's something amazing. I'm really proud of myself. I'm going to do one of those. I'm really proud of myself. I did good work here. And I'm excited to show it to you because this is going to be how I deliver all of my retreats from now on. All of them. All right. So yeah, that way you get to experience it from the comfort of your home, or go rent a beach house with a couple of your girlfriends and the three of you do it together. And yeah, there's all kinds of different ways that you can enjoy this retreat, and I'll share more about it later. Okay, so I've been doing all that, and I'm also changing how I serve Goddess. You know, I always say that I serve Goddess by serving my community, and that still holds true. However, I feel like my service has kind of been a little not as impactful as I would want it to be, or that I feel Goddess wants it to be. I feel that I've been kind of holding back. I've been holding back, and I'm not going to be holding back anymore. So stay tuned. There's a lot of stuff coming down the road, and I'm excited about it, and I hope you will be as well. Now, I will tell you that I'm moving away from doing hands-on shamanic energy work. I will still do it if you ask for it. However, I'm not going to be promoting it. I'm not setting up regular office hours. That is not my focus anymore. My focus is to teach you how to be your own shamanic energy worker for yourself. Heal yourself. And I want to teach you how to do that. I'm going to spend the rest of my life teaching as many people as I can how to be their own healer. Their own, you guys got it. You know, it's a natural born gift. You just haven't tapped into it, and you may not have the tools that you may need. So I'm going to help you with all that. That's my whole mission from now on, and I'm really passionate about it because you are your best teacher, and your best healing comes from your own hands. So we're going to talk more about that as we progress through the rest of 2020. And I did tell you about my 3 books. I'm writing 108 haikus to Goddess. That's a whole book. And born from that is going to be an oracle deck. That's right. I'm going to finally publish my very first oracle deck. And it's based on this book. And I cannot tell you how excited I am about that. I'll give you a little taste of it when we're done with this video. I'll give you a little taste of all that. And then also I wrote another journal. You know, I'm really good about writing those working journals. These aren't journals to just write down your daily activity. These are journals that prompt you to think and explore and to grow and expand and do all these wonderful things. So this journal is called My Book of Changes. My Book of Changes. It's a manifestation tool for helping you create the life that you want through writing exercises, So you'll see more of that as we go along as well. And then, of course, the Be Strong retreat workbook. I am publishing that to release to the public after it has been offered to the retreat attendees. So that's coming up. So I'm excited about that. And I've already started planning my another retreat right after this one. It's going to be in October, and there's a lot coming down. You guys aren't going to believe some of the stuff that I am creating, and it's just all just flooding to me in that month that I stepped away from social media. Go figure. So anywho's, my primary focus, as I was saying, is teaching you to be your own healer and providing you the tools for that. So I'm just kind of glancing over my notes just to make sure that I haven't forgotten anything. So we're going to move right into why we are here today. Thank you for listening to my updates, and I would love to hear yours. I have yet to see a comment here, but I still hope that somebody will pop on and give me some news about y'all. I really like to hear how you're doing, how you're coping. If your life is starting to get back to normal, whatever that is for you, because I ain't here to judge. But don't be hesitant to change what is normal for you. Find a new normal. You know, just release your stress. Don't force yourself back into a life that may not fit you anymore. Be willing to find a new normal for real. You'll get stuck there. So anywho's, bringing us back to this moment and why we call this the grandmother moon. In the 4 quarters, 4 phases of the goddess is exampled. Okay, the moon is an example for the phases of goddess. All right, she is the maiden, she is the mother, she is the matron, and she is the crone. The crone is the dark moon, the 4th quarter, where she has exhausted all of her energy. She's not the maiden, the mother, or the matron anymore. She's waned. She's empty. That's why she's dark. She's not reflecting the light of the sun anymore. She has no energy to then beam back to us. So if you pay attention to your own personal energy flow and how that is and everything, you may notice that your emotional energy, your zip for life and everything starts ramping up with that first moon. And by the time you get to the full moon, you're like, ah, and then it starts waning again. That is the natural cycle of our personal energy. There is a purpose for every one of those phases. And the purpose for this phase, the grandmother moon, is to rest. It's to rest. We need to rest in order to recharge. This is true on every level of our lives, but just especially for emotional, because it's our emotional energy that is generating our vibration that is being sent out to the universe. Now, if we go into that maiden moon phase, not rested, not recharged, there's no way that we're going to have the energy to take the opportunities that come our way to create and manifest the life that we want. So we need this moment with Grandmother Moon to step back and relax into her arms and let her comfort us, let her nurture us, let her give us everything that we need so that we are ready to rise again and step out into that maiden moon phase in the next quarter. So if you missed my talk, I did 4 presentations, one on each moon phase. If you missed those, I'll make sure to link those in the description of this video as well. They're very informative, and I think that it will help you make sense about how to work with energy and how you can work with each one of those moon phases to create the life that you want. So make sure you check those out. Alrighty, so I'm going to be offering this monthly, we're calling it a meditation, but there's lots more going on. I'm going to be offering this monthly meditation on the exact grandmother moon day. When I was doing new moon intention focuses, I would do them like on the weekend prior to that new moon, but we're not going to do that anymore. When it's grandmother moon's day, we're going to go visit grandmother on that day, and it will always be at 7 o'clock, and I'll always post it as an event so that you'll have all the details, okay? So here's how our time together is going to flow. We're going to spend just a few minutes with announcements. We're going to chat about the current lunar energy. Grandmother Moon right now is sitting in Gemini. We're going to talk about what that means. We are going to talk about self-care tips. Every month, I'm going to offer you a self-care tip because self-care is a spiritual practice. And when you take care of yourself, you're saying yes to your essential spirit. So really, take these tips and integrate them into your life, okay? Then we're going to do a brief meditation. I'm trying to keep them to like 10 or 15 minutes. Then, folks, we are going to be doing a prayer circle. That's right, a prayer circle. And this is how that's going to work. When you pop on to this live event, any month that you are visiting with grandmother, you're going to say, my prayer request is, and you're going to state what it is. If it's personal and private and you don't want to share it, don't worry. You don't have to. And to even be involved with the prayer circle, you do not have to share your prayers, okay? You can keep those personal to yourself. But if you have a specific request, like you want to pray for Uncle Joe, or you want to pray for your husband to get that new job, or you want to pray for your child to get straight A's, whatever it is, put it in the comments, and we will include that prayer when we open the prayer circle. All right? I'll talk more about that when we get to that part of the program here. After the prayer circle, I'm just going to offer anybody cards that wants it. I am pulling from the Major Arcana. It's 22 cards. They are the major chapters of our life. And these cards will tell you where you may want to put your attention for the upcoming lunar energies that are about to ramp up, okay? So then after we pull cards, I also am going to invite you to ask me questions. Ask me anything. I do mean anything. You guys, if you don't know me, please let me introduce myself. I am transparent. I will tell you anything. Ask me anything, for real. Test me. Ask me anything. If I've got an answer, you'll get it. And you'll always get the truth from me, all right? So we're going to have a little bit of Q&A. And then we're going to just have another little itty bitty closing message from grandmother, just a tidbit to take out into the world so that you will know that she will always be thinking about you and holding a place right beside her for your next visit in a few weeks. So she's always waiting for you to come and visit her, always waiting for you to go within and to see her in your heart. So anyway, that is how it's all going to fall out. And I'm pretty excited about it. So does anybody have any questions or anything to say so far? I know I've kind of breezed through a lot of stuff, but let me know if you have any questions, okay? And even after this video posts and you see it in a few days, if you have any questions, you make sure that you ask them. I will get those notifications and I will come back and answer. So all right then, let's get started. So let's talk about what your relationship with your grandmother is. Do you have a grandma? Do you have a grandmother? If you do, what's your relationship with her? What's it like? What's your most, let's put it this way, what is your favorite thing about your relationship with your grandmother? What is your favorite thing? Let me know. I'll tell you what my favorite thing is. My grandmother, bless her heart, has passed away. But my favorite thing about my grandmother was that she always, always loved me. I mean, even when she was angry with me, disappointed in me, frustrated with me, she made sure that I knew that she still loved me no matter what. No matter what. She was unconditional love at a time in my life when I needed it the most, for real, for real. I went to go live with my grandma after my mom passed away. I was 9 years old. I was a mess. And my grandmother never failed me. She, see what I told you about earlier about being emotional? She was the best. And this is the vibration of love that Grandmother Moon offers us. This is what Grandmother Moon offers us, that unconditional, my child can never do any wrong. Whatever they need, they're going to get. I mean, just the comforting, the nurturing, the adoration. Grandmas love, they adore their grandchildren. They adore them. How does it feel as an adult to know that you are adored? You are adored just the way you are. Just you. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how jacked up your life is, how messed up you think you are. You are adored by Goddess. In her grandmother form, she's like, oh, my child, come to me. Let me hold you. That's Goddess in her grandma form. So let's see. Let's not forget what the moon does, okay? So the moon rules our emotional energy, as I was saying before. And by the time the moon has reached her grandma phase, her grandmother phase, that energy is totally depleted. And we cannot create anything from nothing, okay? We need energy to do it. So we need to recharge in order to optimize our opportunities. Now I'm going to diverge from the grandmother moon part for just a minute, but I'll circle back to it, okay? I promise. So I want to talk about science for a little bit, okay? So science has proven that all things exist simultaneously. All things exist simultaneously. It's been proven, is a fact. However, the thing cannot exist until it's observed. Until somebody sees it, it's not there. Okay? Now, I'm not talking about you have to see it with your own two eyes. You know, blind people see too. They see in different ways. But still, something cannot exist until it has been observed. All right? That's a fact. Look it up. It's called quantum. So you might say, well, how do we see it if it's not in existence yet? If everything exists simultaneously, but we can't see it yet because it's in a different time frame or a different realm or a different energy field, how do we see it in order for us to observe it? Third eye. I'm going to tell you something you might not know. There's some more science for you. Our eyes perceive things because of the rods and cones in them receives light signals. Light bounces back and tells us, oh, there's something there. And it shows us in various shadings and depth and everything. Those rods and cones are firing to really keep our vision going, right? Well, our third eye has the same exact, and I do mean exact, physiologically exact rods and cones in it. That third eye sits in our pineal gland. Now I have to ask you, why does our pineal gland in the middle of our brain need rods and cones to see? Why? Anybody that's here, do you know? Do you know why? It's so that we can see. So that we can observe the observable, the unobservable, excuse me. So that new car that exists in your dreams also exists in your driveway. You just can't see it yet because you haven't looked at it with your third eye. You haven't observed it. You haven't observed it parked in your driveway. That's the manifestation thing, okay? So what's happening is that we are pulling images and messages and stuff through our crown, and we are envisioning it in our third eye. Excuse me, I got that a little backwards. That's when we use channeling crystals, which I'll get back to in a minute. But if you want to send a signal to the universe to manifest something, you want to envision it in your third eye and allow it to travel up through your crown to the universe so it can be responded to. Here's the caveat to that. Not only do you need to observe it, you need to observe it with ecstatic happiness. You need to feel so good about this. You cannot be worried about, well, how am I going to get that car? How am I going to get the down payment? How am I going to afford the insurance on? You can't be worried about all that. You cannot bring that into the vibration. You just need to be looking at that car and going, how beautiful that car is. How amazing it's going to be to help me transport my children, to school or whatever the case may be. It could be a toy. It could be just something that you just want, and that's perfectly fine too. The universe is abundant and will give you that card, except for you need to be asking for it from a place of joy and happiness and confidence and see it so dang clearly in your head. Just don't worry about the facts of it. Just don't worry about the facts of it. Now, the easiest way to access that third eye so that you can be the observer and manifest the things that you want in your life is to do it through meditation. And if you know me, you know I talk about meditation as much as I talk about the weather. I mean, meditation is everything. It's not about emptying your mind. It's about filling it. It's about filling it with visions of the life that you want. And as soon as you understand that and can relax into it and enjoy it and make it fun and all that good, girl, you'll be creating things in your life that you didn't think you would ever see, really, because you first envisioned it there in your third eye. So, when Grandmother Moon says, come on in, when she says, come on in, she is offering you an opportunity to go within yourself, to release the previous month's disappointments, recharge your emotional batteries, and it's an opportunity for you to envision your desires and attach your recharged positive emotions to it. So all of this can be happening during that meditation that I'm about to lead you on. It's a guided meditation. I'm going to take you straight to Grandma's house. You're going to have a nice little visit with her, and you're going to be dealing with some stuff, okay? And it's not going to feel scary. It's not going to feel sad. You're going to feel supported and comforted, and it's going to be a beautiful thing. And you get to dream. You get to dream your life into an existence that is physical and that you can actually enjoy in your human form, because life is meant to be enjoyed. Let's face it, life is meant to be enjoyed by us, not endured. And so we need to find ways to enjoy it, and this is one of them. So every month, we're going to practice seeing with our third eye and increasing our positive feelings, and we're going to use the transformative power of meditation, and you're going to recharge your emotional battery. And be prepared to send out your intentions for the next lunar cycle, which is the maiden moon. So anywho, your life is a continuous journey. It moves in cycles like the very nature that you're a part of. This is the daily cycle of the sun, the monthly cycles of the moon, and the yearly cycles of the season. So this is how it is with your life as well. So when you start activating when you start aligning yourself with the natural rhythms of nature, you will start just kind of like falling into an alignment with all of universe. We tend to separate ourselves from nature and forget that we too are nature. And when we align ourselves with all of that, we are just happier, more balanced, more harmonious individuals, and more in alignment with the powers of the universe that we need to be in alignment with to make some changes. So over time, I'm going to talk more about that, about how to harmonize yourself with the nature of life, okay? So that you can move more easily within it, navigate your life a little better. But today we're just going to talk about Grandmother Moon, and specifically Grandmother Moon in Gemini. So, Grandmother Moon in Gemini. Geminis, they're either this way or that way. They're very mutable. They're air sign. They were born to be mutable. It could drive people crazy, but it doesn't matter. That's their nature. Okay, back to that. They're mutable, and they could be this way or that way. They change with the wind. They just change with the wind. And when Grandmother Moon is in this particular astrological sign, we're offered an opportunity to synergize. Instead of going this way or that way, we're going to synergize our energies and resources for a deeper connection with new ideas, new people, new opportunities, as we begin to rebirth into a new lunar cycle. So this is a great astrological sign to start a new moon in, or the grandmother moon in. So we're going to synergize those resources. We're going to start kind of corralling our ideas and our concepts and all that good stuff. And we're going to start preparing to ignite our intention into the next lunar cycle, okay? So think about those ideas that you haven't really taken time to figure out yet. Just think about them now. Just recall them. Are they still calling to you? Is it still something that, those ideas, do they still sound like good ideas to you? Grandmother Moon and Gemini says it's perfect time to work on that. You know, contemplate them, prepare to put them in action as the moon continues to transform into her fullness and her full battery pack of energy so that you can set them loose. This is the time to evaluate what you're manifesting and ask, where am I going wrong? What's going on here? Where am I going wrong? And then wipe the slate clean for an epic do-over and really dig into those Gemini energies and this meditation we're about to do and ask Grandma for some advice. So it's just like starting a new diet. I wrote myself a little note here so that I can kind of like put this to an analogy to it. It's like starting a new diet. You're going to release all the bad stuff that's occupying precious space in your pantry. And then you're going to look at what you are aligning with and ask yourself if they bring you closer to what you want. If you left a pack of Oreos in your pantry and you're on a diet, is that pack of Oreos bringing you closer to what you want? So that's the questions that you want to start asking yourself in this moon cycle, where we're at now with Grandmother Moon in Gemini. All right? So it's time to start talking about our self-care tip. We've talked about what the cosmic energy is around this grandmother moon in Gemini. Now we're moving on to our self-care tip, okay? So I want you guys to go to some grocery store. It doesn't have to be an expensive grocery store. Everybody carries powdered milk, and I want you to go and buy some, okay? Because this is really a great comforting food, but we're not going to use it as food for our body. We're going to use it for food for our emotions, okay? So get yourself some powdered milk and your favorite essential oil. I do this with rose oil, lavender, ylang ylang, those really sweet jasmine. I've done it with jasmine. Those very sweet, gentle, loving, comforting scents. Get yourself some essential oil that makes you feel good, okay? And make sure that it's safe for your skin as well, okay? Check the label and make sure that it says that it's okay to put on your skin. Now you're going to take 4 cups of this powdered milk, and you're going to put it in a glass or metal bowl, not wooden, and for God's sakes, not plastic, okay? Glass or metal. Place a few drops of your essential oil in the bowl with the powdered milk, and then you're going to stir with the metal spoon. Again, not wooden, not plastic, okay? Those two, plastic and wood, not good for this project. The oil can soak into the wood spoon or the wooden bowl, and you wouldn't want to ruin a bowl with that. So make sure that's metal or glass, something that's non-porous that you can wash easily later, okay? So you've got the powdered milk in the bowl, you've got the added drops of essential oils, you're going to stir it with the metal spoon, and then you're going to add more drops of oil if needed. Go ahead and put your face close to that powdered milk and essential oil and take a whiff. And if you go, I'd like it to be a little stronger, go right ahead. It's yours. My caution here is do not saturate the milk. Do not saturate that powdered milk. It still needs to be fluffy and dryish, okay? So You can put it in a glass jar, like a, mason jar or something like that with a lid on it, and you're good to go. Now, anytime that you feel comforted, you do not have to wait for the grandmother moon for this, okay? This is any time that you go, damn, today was rough. Oh my God, today was rough, okay? Whatever it was, whether it be a job, your family, just an internal struggle with something that you're processing, it doesn't matter. Grief, oh my gosh, this is amazing. If you're going through any kind of a grief process, this self-care tip is going to make you feel amazing. So what you want to do is draw a bath, and then after the bath is drawn, you just want to just sprinkle a cup of your dry powder essential oil mixture over your water and just let it kind of just seep into the water, and then you get in that bath, okay? No, wait. Before you get in the bath, I want you to turn off the lights. I want you to turn off the lights. I want you to go into the darkness. And this is not a bad thing, a scary thing, a thing to be ashamed of. This is not talking about dredging up all your shadow stuff. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about allowing the dark moon, grandmother moon energy to envelop you in a very intimate and sacred manner. And it's best done with the lights off. If you're nervous about that, or you just have to see, get yourself just a little tiny candle. Just something that just sheds a little light in just its own little immediate space, okay? But really, it's okay to allow yourself to experience the sacredness of being held in this kind of like void, a void of possibilities, and the possibility of you healing whatever is troubling your soul. It's just better if the room is dark, okay? So you're going to turn off the lights, and you're going to get into that water, and you're going to absorb the nutrients of that powdered milk. You are going to absorb the scent, the healing aromatherapy scent of your essential oil, and it's going to be affecting you in ways that you would have to experience to really be able to relate to be honest, okay? I can tell you my experiences, but really you need to have your own, all right? But allow yourself to do that. Now, here's my suggestion while you're there, all right? I want you to think about how it is to, how it must have felt, or how does it feel to be a conscious being in the belly of your mother while she was in the belly of your grandmother. That's science as well. It's been proven. When you were but an egg in your mother's belly, she was in her mother's belly. Okay? So in essence, you were inside your grandmother before you were born. Before you were born. And she continues to live in you, in your bones. Her memories, her desires, her DNA is still all part of you. So while you're eased back in this very luxurious and comforting bath, imagine that it's her sweet amniotic fluid that is feeding you, that is supporting you, that is helping you come out into the world, the miracle that you are. Think about that while you're in the darkness and in the bathtub, and imagine being in your grandmother's womb as an egg. Think about that. You may not remember those months of your life, but your spirit does. And when you go there, when you journey back to your very, very, very beginning, you're saying yes to your essential spirit quest. Yeah, you're saying yes to your essential spirit. as it continues to realize itself, become fully aware in your life. That's what this self-care tip is for. This is comforting. So soak in that bath for as long as you can before you come out, okay? And just go easy on yourself. All right, if you are ready, let's prepare to meditate. We are at that 15-minute mark, so we're doing good. If I hadn't done all that talking beforehand to get you updated and everything, we wouldn't have to, we wouldn't be going late a little bit. But, I hope you guys hang in there with me if we do go over our hour. So we're going to prepare to meditate. It's very, very brief, but it's very impactful. And you can always refer to this meditation later. And I will record it as a separate guided meditation later, probably after the retreat, because I'm super, super busy with that. All right, so begin preparing by turning off your device notifications. Let's start with that. Instead of being beeped at every few minutes, why don't you just go ahead and turn it off? I'm going to turn off my devices too. Maybe. Okay, maybe not. Hopefully you guys can't hear that. Okay, wait a minute. Maybe I can. Yes. Yay. So just commit for this time for yourself, okay? And then just make sure you're comfortable. You can be laying down or sitting down. It doesn't matter. But if you're laying down, make sure that your head and your neck are supported, okay? Even if you're sitting, make sure that you're fully supported and that your arms and your legs are uncrossed, okay? And then just go ahead and take a deep breath. I hope you can hear that music. And then take another deep breath. And as you release it, exhale with an open mouth sigh. When you sigh through your nose, you're releasing mental stress. When you sigh through your mouth, you're releasing emotional stress. So just allow yourself to sigh and release any stress that you may be feeling. And just bring your awareness to your body and where it makes contact in your seat or on your bed, wherever you're hanging out. Just feel how your body is completely supported. You don't have to use any muscles to support yourself. The chair or the sofa or the bed is doing it for you. So just relax your muscles and let your weight be fully supported. Let your muscles go loose. Take another deep breath. And as you exhale, allow your body to sink even deeper. Let it go heavy. Feel like a rock in your seat. Your head and neck and shoulders feel heavy, weighted down. Your back, hips, and legs are loose like jelly. Your entire body is a relaxed puddle contained by your seat. Take one more deep breath here. And then breathe normally. Using your third eye vision, your inner vision, see that you're walking down a country lane. The road is edged with oak trees, rose bushes, lilacs, and trailing honeysuckle. The warm air is softly blowing their fragrance across your path and into your awareness. You hear the sound of a babbling creek flowing past you, and the trees seem to wave at you in recognition. You feel so at ease here. As you walk along in the golden sunlight, you notice you're beginning to feel tired, maybe even a little bit sleepy, and you look forward to sitting down and drinking a cool beverage. You see the country lane is becoming shadier. The trees are closer together, creating a tunnel of green branches. And soon enough, you come to the end of the lane. And you see set back amongst the trees is a small, tidy cottage. Take note of the color of the door and remember that color. You continue walking towards the cottage, and just as you're about to knock, the door opens. Before you stands an old woman. You gaze at her white hair and deeply wrinkled face, and you find a soft gentleness there. Notice her clothes. What color are they? She's gazing back at you, her face breaking into a welcoming smile. She beckons you in with a greeting. What does she say? You enter the cottage and you feel the weariness of your walk just wash away in the relaxing coolness of her cottage. She leads you to a comfy sofa and you sit down with her. She offers you a pretty glass of a cool beverage, and you take a sip of the brightest, most refreshing beverage you've ever tasted. It tastes like springtime, herbal and naturally sweet. The taste of it floods your entire body, reviving you on levels you hadn't realized were so exhausted. As you drink it, your mind begins to feel sharper, your heart feels fuller, and your body is more energized. It's as if you were reborn into a magical being. Feeling completely relaxed and safe with grandmother, you lean into her as she wraps her arms around you. And she begins slowly rocking you in her arms. And you hear her quietly singing a song. Though you can't hear the words, you feel them weave a cloak of love all around you. This is your soul song, the one she gave you when you were but an individual cell inside her body. As you listen, your body is responding to your soul song, releasing all sorrows, all disappointments, all regrets and resentments. It all eases away with every note she sings. Feel it easing out of you effortlessly. And feel the glow of love's light flow in to fill the space. Grandmother would never send you away empty. Her grace and love pours into you as your soul song continues to echo in your heart. Listen and allow it to recharge you on every level of your being. Grandmother Moon then tilts your face to hers and kisses your cheeks. Any remaining feelings of exhaustion are completely gone, and only blissful peace remains. Listen now while Grandmother Moon shares her wisdom with you. Feel free to ask her anything you wish. It's time to say goodbye to beloved Grandmother Moon. But before you go, she has a gift for you. Take note of what it is and remember it. And take a moment to thank her. Give her a big hug. Thank her for this visit. And then begin walking back down the country lane, through the tunnel of trees, into the sunlight, and back to this time, this space, and this place. When you're ready, open your eyes. Now, Grandmother Moon gave you some assistance for the upcoming lunar cycle. The color of the door of her cottage indicates what chakra you'll work with for this lunar cycle. So if her door was red, probably root chakra energy. Green, heart. Different shades of blue could be throat or brow chakra. Purple, crown chakra. So what color of the door was it for your grandmother's cottage? Work with that chakra. The color of her clothes indicate what chakra will support you as you work with the first one. So if you're working with root chakra energy and grandmother was wearing green clothes, then heart chakra will support you during that work. Her greeting to you when she opened the door is a key phrase. It's remember those words. It's a key phrase, okay? Anytime you want to feel Grandmother Moon's presence in this particular upcoming lunar cycle, say this key phrase to invoke her. It doesn't matter if you're in maiden moon energy, mother moon. If you want to talk to grandmother, this key phrase will unlock her cottage and allow you in so that you can speak with her. The gift she gave you, that's the tool you're going to need for manifesting your desires in this lunar cycle. So even if that gift was a non-tangible item or something that you don't physically own, when you go to envision your desires and ignite your intention candle and release your desire at the full moon and all of that, when you do any of that, envision that you are working it through this gift she gave you, this transformation tool, okay? So I hope that you enjoyed that meditation. Like I said, I will be publishing it as an individual guided meditation and putting it on this channel. So make sure that you check it out there anytime that you want to revisit it. And I hope that I see you next month for another visit. And the time together won't be so long because I won't have so much to update you with and talk about all the changes and the significance of working with this grandmother moon energy. I won't go through all of that each time we meet, okay? So we have come to the part in our program, so to speak, where we are going to honor prayer requests. If you have a prayer request, please put it in the comments here so that we can include it in the prayer, okay? So let's see. And again, if you don't feel comfortable doing that, make sure that you just state them out loud or to yourself when we get to that part for personal prayers, okay? So prayers are energized even more profoundly when they are spoken with multiple intentions, when multiple people come together with one specific prayer. I mean, that prayer is just like so powerful. So that's why prayer circles are so important, especially in communities that are struggling to find ways of saying yes to their essential spirit quest. There are some people who feel the call of their spirit and are still held back by the energies they live in or work in or play in even, and the people they're aligned with, and they struggle to break through all that so that they can say yes. So we'll be asking for prayers for everybody, but especially those individuals as well. So each time I pause in the prayer, I invite you to join me in this prayer by adding something. So when I pause at a point in the prayer, just say, "Grandmother, hear our prayer." Okay? And then towards the end, we're going to have a moment of silence for our own personal petitions. So that's where you'll want to speak your own prayers. So here we go. Blessed Grandmother, source of beginnings, we come to you in prayer. Grandmother, hear our prayer. With open hearts, we seek refuge in your wisdom. Grandmother, hear our prayer. With grateful hearts, we seek comfort in your grace. Grandmother, hear our prayer. With compassionate hearts, we seek aid for our loved ones and ourselves. Grandmother, hear our prayer. Touch the lives of all who suffer. Grandmother, hear our prayer. Comfort those imprisoned by hate and malice. Grandmother, hear our prayer. Show mercy to the innocent and vulnerable. Grandmother, hear our prayer. Guide those without direction. Grandmother, hear our prayer. Open all hearts to your divine grace and the light of your love. Grandmother, hear our prayer. And Grandmother, for myself I ask. Go ahead and ask her whatever you want. Grandmother, thank you for hearing our prayers. All right, folks, we are at the point where we are going to be pulling cards. So, is there anybody here tonight that would like to see where they might want to put their intentions for this lunar cycle? Go ahead and say so in the comments, and I'll make sure to pull a card for you. I don't even know if I have anybody viewing this video right now. And if you come on later and view it, would you please still say hello to me so I can say hello back? And I'm so sorry I won't be able to pull a card for you, but I'll be here again. I'll be here again in about 30 days. I'll make sure that you see the invitation. And yeah, and we'll do this again. And we'll have a similar meditation. We will have opportunities to speak our prayers. We'll have another self-care tip so that you can practice spirituality by taking care of yourself. So we'll do all of that. But is there somebody that wants a card? Maybe I'll just pull one for the entire viewing audience, no matter when they view this. Let's just take a look and see what Grandmother Moon wants us to look at collectively. It's the Priestess card. It's so coincidentally that this card is coming up. The Priestess card is about saying yes to your essential spirit. That's exactly what it is. Notice that she's wearing a moon as a hat on her head. That indicates that we will be able to do this from the deepest part of our inner wisdom, our intuition. The moon governs intuition. It's all about intuition, psychic abilities and gifts and all of that beautiful stuff. So I love that this card came up because it perfectly illustrates exactly what we're doing here today. We are practicing our intuition. We are practicing how to be a priestess in our own life. Okay? So this card is for you, my friends. How can you make the most of it this next lunar cycle? And that's the maiden phase, the mother, the matron, all the way back to the grandmother moon. How are you going to say yes to your essential spirit, the priestess within you? Practice some divination and your intuition. Feel that out. So that's your card. And now we are at the point of questions and answers. And there's nobody here to answer any question or for questions. So let's see. I think maybe we'll just call it a night. I think that maybe I will go and draw myself a powdered milk bath and turn off the lights and just go visit my grandmother, my beautiful, beautiful grandmother Moon, who always loves me no matter what. And please take that little tidbit with you as you go about your life, that it doesn't matter how popular you are with social media, how popular you are in your circle of friends, or even, God forbid, your family doesn't love you, but even if you're one of the unfortunates that has a family that doesn't appreciate them, know that you are still appreciated, treasured, and adored by your grandmother Moon. Spend some time with her anytime you want. Love you. Go out there and make your life a great one. Bye-bye now.